Well, hello. This is Adam Van Ort at Kasson Mantorville High School. I am back with you in the second round of the Section 1 AA team wrestling competition. This duel will be between Kasson Mantorville and Cannon Falls. Should be starting any minute. The teams have appeared and are sitting on their benches. So I'm just kind of waiting for the lineups to get introduced, and then we'll go from there. Cannon Falls was victorious over Winona. I believe it was 39-31. Fairly competitive match. There was a forfeit or two in there. But in the end, Cannon Falls was in control pretty much the whole time for that one. So we will be also broadcasting this coming Saturday at the Section 1 tournament from Mayo Civic Center. And I'll be joined by Kent Harfman and Ben Fearson. And we'll be broadcasting from about 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. right here on the KoMet Wrestling YouTube channel. At least that's the current plan. If it ends up being something different, we'll of course have that information tweeted out by KoMet Activities and KoMet Wrestling. But as of now, the plan is to be there for the single A, triple A, and double A competition. So pretty much all day, and keep everyone updated as to what's going on there. Looks like they just went out and did the flip. Cannon Falls won the flip. Cannon Falls chose even. And so Kasson Mantorville will have to present first at 106. Looks like Kasson Mantorville has potentially two 106-pounders weighed in here. I'm going to try to scrounge up a program. Do you have a spare program available I can use? Thank you. That would have been good for me to have. Yeah. At least I'll have the names. So getting a program here shortly, and then I'll have some names. Looks like Robbie Horseman is suiting up to go out at 106. Robbie is the starting 106-pounder. My son Nick Van Ort looks like thank you very much. He's the backup at 106. So we're getting going here. Robbie Horseman into a front head immediately. He's wrestling Erwin Strelo, a freshman, 25-8, out of Cannon Falls. Back up to the feet. Robbie staying in good position, tries a pass by, does get to the leg, high crotch. Coming up to his feet, turns the corner and gets the two. So Horseman with a quick 2-0 lead over Strelo. Going for a roll through tilt. Coach Height yells no, no, no. Robbie ends up giving an escape up. Uses the same pass by, almost gets to the leg again. Good elbow control on the left side. Staying heavy on the head. Strela now with the collar tie of the right hand. Oh, nice pass by Robbie. Uses it to get to the leg. Got about 55 seconds remaining in the first period. He does a nice job of coming back across, finishing that takedown. Strelo was working for a whizzer, and Horseman dumped him to his butt, cracked him back the other way. Strelo back up to his feet again. Robbie gives him another escape point. Robbie uses the pass by, gets the leg again. In an interesting scramble here, Robbie's been in position to finish a couple times. Strelo is an athletic kid. Robbie's able to stay in bounds and finish again. So leads 6-2 with 20 seconds left in the first period. Horseman with a deep waist on the left side. riding parallel here at this point. Now works off to the side. Basically just finishing out this period riding, 5 seconds left, and it's going to end with Horseman up 6-2. Horseman chooses down to start the second period. Horseman immediately up to his feet. Strelo throws a leg in from the feet, hoping for a potentially dangerous. Robbie stays on the feet. He's got good wrist control and high steps it out of there. Immediately gets the escape. Knee tap. Takes him to his hip, but Strelo rolls through. They're still in neutral position. Robbie now in a front head position. Getting a little bit sloppy there. Strelo almost got a takedown. Robbie's now got double overs. Now goes back to the front head. Strelo controlling the elbow. Stalemate. Robbie just got a little deep there with the arm. Back to the feet, reset with 1:15 left. Robbie gets to the leg again. He's used that pass by, or that elbow pass a number of times. Kind of a quick 2 call there by the referee, but Robbie now does finish it. They're kind of stuck on the mat. Strelo on his hip, reaching back in kind of an awkward switch position, and Robbie finally worked his way up now. So secured the 2 and gave him an immediate escape point. He leads 9-3. 40 seconds left in the second period. Goes back to that front head. Strelo continually getting caught underneath. Goes for a weak Bannock-Kelly attempt. Robbie does a nice job there, switching directions. Can't quite finish. Strelo comes up to his feet. Still 9-3, Horseman. Strelo tries to sit through. And now Robert does a nice job with a short drag to get behind for 2. So far it's been all Horseman from the feet. Once he gets him to the mat, he's been content to let him back up, except at the end of the period, which right now we are wrestling at the end of the period. And Robbie leads 11-3. So has a major in hand right now. If you're able to keep it this margin or increase it, KoMet will be leading the duel at least 4-0 moving into the 113-pound weight class. Robbie down to start the second period, or the third period. So Strelo must have picked up, which makes sense because it's the only position he hasn't wrestled in yet, and he's gotten beaten pretty badly in the other 2. So Robbie really almost got turned to his back. He did momentarily, but rolled through, and now he ended up getting a reversal. So he leads 13-3, gives away the escape point. Looks like he's going to work for some more points from the feet here. Strelo's not a bad wrestler. He just doesn't stay in good position. He gets caught underneath a lot and doesn't seem to have a real good shot. Robbie able to score again on the feet. Everyone's been from either an elbow pass or the front head position. Now Robert looking for a turn. They're right on the edge of the mat, so it's going to be difficult for him to turn him inbounds. The ref's just waiting to blow his whistle here. Strelo does a short sit and gets the escape on the edge, making it 15-5. Strelo with an ankle pick attempt. Robbie back to that front head. 30 seconds left. Not going to be a tech fall unless Robbie's able to turn him a couple times here. We get called a stalemate. Going back to the center with 27 left in the third period. Horseman, nice job keeping his hips low. Immediately, you can tell the difference between the styles here right away. How much the KoMet's work on staying in good position, because it's a serious difference in this match. Probably the biggest difference. And it is going to finish. This match is going to end up, might get another 2 here. He did. So it ends up 17-5 with the last second takedown by Horseman, a low ankle. That's going to put the KoMets up 4-0 in this duel, going in at 113 pounds. Great job. Good start for Robbie in our what hopefully will be a long playoff run for the KoMets. The first match of the first duel complete, and the KoMets victorious. So Jared Johnson out now, 113 pounds for the KoMets. We're waiting to see who Cannon Falls is going to send. It looks like they may be forfeiting this one. And they did. So Jared receives a forfeit. KoMets now lead the duel 10-0. Now we've got Brady Lahm for the KoMets at 120 pounds. Lahm is facing Peter Fitterer, younger brother of Paul, I believe, who was a very good wrestler for Cannon Falls for a number of years. Fitterer controlling the position here. Brady with a nice snap. Now to the edge of the mat, and they're out. Can't remember if these two wrestled in the duel earlier this season. Believe they may have, and I believe Brady may have won. Brady with a beautiful inside trip right into a near side cradle. He could end up getting a turn here. Got his hands locked. He's driving hard. Lahm with a beautiful takedown there. Front head, inside trip. Put him straight to his back and almost turned him with a near side cradle. So Lahm leads this match 2-0 with a minute 10 remaining in the first period. Winona was the team that has already been knocked out of this section tournament, losing to Cannon Falls earlier in the pigtail duel leading up to this one. I think it was 39-33 or something. Lahm with a ferocious stack attempt, bent the neck way over and didn't get him to turn. He's working good wrist control, 2-on-1 on the wrist, the left wrist of Fitterer. Flatten him out. All Lahm so far. Looks very strong, looks very big on top. Lahm has really come on strong this year. Now he's got a 2-on-1 on the right wrist, and Fitterer stands up and they go out of bounds. Most teams that the KoMets wrestle, you can tell a difference in the muscularity. You can tell KoMets spend some time in the weight room, more time probably than most of the teams that they face, and also the conditioning. It's very rare to have a KoMet gas at the end of the match. It's usually the other guys, so we're not getting outworked. Lahm now had a ball and chain. Switched up to a crossface right in the last couple seconds, and still leads the match 2-0 now going into the second period. Lahm chooses down to start out the second period. Off the whistle, nothing's really happened. Fitterer attempting a spiral ride, just a lot of pressure forward and over the shoulders of Lahm. Lahm hasn't been able to come up to the feet yet at all. Fitterer looks pretty good on top. Lahm tries a short sit, tries to sit out and turn in on his left hip, but goes nowhere with it. Fitterer just follows him around. Fitterer tries for a roll through tilt. Doesn't get anywhere. Now he's in trouble. Lahm got behind the arm. 2-on-1. He's turned around and now he's reversed him. Lahm with his left leg inside of the leg of Fitterer and behind the right armpit. And he's going to get his leg out now. He slides it out, and now he's in good position, working that heavy 2-on-1 on the left wrist. Now he's trying to bar that arm up behind the back fitter. He's got it. Ref just waiting for his opportunity to call potentially dangerous on this, which he should, if it does get there. But now Brady loses the wing, and he would have had a turn there, but he lost the wing right as he was getting ready to drive over. I'm still riding on top. He really likes the 2-on-1 on the wrist. Now he's got a ball and chain, kind of a Beatty's tilt, but going at it from the wrong direction, or the opposite direction that it's usually done. Didn't get the turn. Now he's got that arm barred behind the back again. Just hasn't been able to finish this, but so close. Now he's got a leg in on the right side, pulls him back into his lap right at the end of the second period. This match is not over. It's 4-0 in the third period. Sure, Lahm would have liked to get one more score there in that second period after the early reversal. They start on the feet to start the third period. Lahm in beautifully on a high crotch. Didn't get his hips in with him, but he was able to finish anyway. Turned the corner nicely. Now he's got the leg split. Riding parallel here right now, working that 2-on-1 on the left wrist. Now he comes off to the side a little bit. I think there's a good chance we'll see a turn here. He's been in control in the top position whenever he's been there. Just hasn't. Now he's got a ball and chain with the left hand, going for the seat belt on the right side. And here he goes. He's just real close. Oh, he lost the ball and chain. Fitter does a nice job flattening out. I'm predicting we'll see that arm bar again, and hopefully he'll be able to finish it this time. He's working a bar arm on the right side now. Now he's going for the double bar arm. He may get this. He may get this. He's awfully close to having the double. I can't see if he still has it on the right side or not. I think he may. Yeah, he's got a double arm bar locked up. Fitter in big trouble here. Oh, and he did get the one arm out. So now Lahm's got a cross wrist with his right hand. He had a bar in with his left. It seems like he gets to where he's in position to execute a turn, but then doesn't know how to finish it. He's gotten into a lot of good spots and hasn't been able to finish any of them. About 15 seconds left here in the third period. Now he's trying to run the bar with the left hand, the wrist with the right. Ref is watching for a arm lever, potentially dangerous situation here. So this one ends up 6-0, a decision for Lahm. A pretty well wrestled match. Lahm in a hurry to get off the mat after that one. I'm not sure if he expected the other guy just to want to roll over for him or what, but he didn't seem too pleased with the result. He did win 6-0, and the KoMets now lead this duel 13-0. So decision by Horseman, forfeit to Johnson, and decision by Lahm. KoMets send out Keaton Shore, and he receives a forfeit with a wry Keaton Shore grin on his face. Not sure what the plan is here for the Bombers. Now we have Garrison Shore coming out on the mat at 132. I'm going to guess he's wrestling either Wyatt Johnson or Gavin Gates. Yeah, so the Bombers bumped up Johnson away from Keaton, and he will be wrestling Garrison. And then looks like Gavin Gates will most likely be wrestling at 138, I would guess. And Epps possibly at 145. I wonder if we could see a Ryan Epps-Patrick Kennedy match. That would be a fun one. Fun one to see for sure. Looks like Garrison with a quick 2 right off the bat against Wyatt Johnson, and then lets him up for an escape. Garrison does get to an ankle. Now he brings it up to the, picks it up, and they're both on the feet. And he's finishing pretty easily to the mat there. Johnson didn't give up much of a fight on that one. So Garrison leads 4-1 after that second takedown this first period. 50 seconds remaining in the period. Working a hard crossface. Johnson trying to control the wrist to Shore. Now Shore's got a far side cradle locked up. Trying to hip over. He's got to be careful here. Johnson reaches for his head. Garrison wisely lets the cradle go. Johnson flat on his belly. Garrison has been able to stay fairly active here on top. And that's the end of the first period. Shore leading 4-1. KoMet's up in the duel 19-0. Garrison chooses down position to start the second. Johnson going to start on top. Garrison immediately up to the feet, gets his escape, and now they're hand fighting in the center. Sorry for the momentary break in the action there. Shore was able to secure a takedown on the edge. Now he got stuck back in the center, and Johnson comes up to the feet, but Garrison was able to break him back down to the mat. I almost think there's a chance that we will see Epps Kennedy tonight. I don't believe that they wrestled the first time that we met. Garrison running that deep half. Needs to ragdoll him across his hips there to bring him over. He would bent in half about. And Shore just in complete control here. Johnson kind of flat. Not been able to get a turn. Shore's points have been scored by 3 takedowns and an escape. Now he goes back to that half from the left side and a wrist on the right. Now he ragdolls him and almost, but Johnson comes up. He's a flexible fella. I think I'd be in the hospital at this point if I'd bent that direction. Shore back to that half. And Johnson just turns his hips away from it. So his shoulders going one way, hips are going the other. It looks like his shoulder's about ready to pop out of the socket. Garrison adjusts there nicely and goes around front and would have probably got a turn had he had 15, 20 more seconds. But as it stands, we're entering the third period now. Shore up 7-1. Looks like Johnson may have picked both up. Shore relentlessly going after the legs. Not necessarily setting up the shots, but it doesn't look like he needs to. And he does finish a double leg there. Just basically reached down and blasted through the legs. Johnson is pretzel. Man, he is flexible. Very difficult to turn. Shore now leads 9-1. He's got a major in hand if he were able to keep it here. Now he's running a bar arm on the left side, wrist on the right, putting the shoulder to the ear. He just can't seem to lever Johnson over. Johnson's just so flexible. His shoulders literally are 90 degrees and his hips are flat on the mat. Now he's in trouble, I think. Gee. He's made out of licorice. Johnson is difficult to turn. He is in perfect position to be turned here, and he just refuses to go over. I've never seen anybody this flexible. It's comedy. Oh man, it's good stuff. I'm gonna call right now Wyatt wins the award for most difficult to turn, because by all indications he should have been turned about 14 different times. Pick him up. Pick him up. And he just refuses to expose his back. So, man, you got to give the kid credit. He never went over. Well, we've got 138 pounds coming up. Your mighty KoMets look like they're going to be sending out Elijah Wilcox. And Cannon Falls, I believe this is Gavin Gates. I'm not certain on that. Wilcox. Oh, okay. Dylan Rohr, sophomore, 8-16. Wilcox immediately on the head. Switches to the leg. He may be able to lock up inside cradle here, near side, and he does have it locked up. This match is going to be done quickly, it looks like. He's got him pretty flat here, and there's your fall. So Dylan Rohr goes down to Elijah Wilcox 28 seconds into the first period. Duel now stands at 29-0 for your mighty KoMets. Now, if we've got Patrick Kennedy coming out, it looks like they've got Ryan Epps. Let's see if this happens. All right, we've got it. The match that everyone was hoping to see tonight. Epps, I don't know if he's still first in state, but he has been. He probably still is. 30-0 senior versus Kennedy. 19-2 eighth grader. Kennedy starts out in a bit of a frenzy, got a little sloppy, came back up to his feet okay. Kennedy been in and out of the lineup this year, but it's good to see that he's out there now when it matters come tournament time. So, two very talented wrestlers. You know, Epps is certainly the more seasoned, experienced wrestler. Kennedy, very talented in his own right, so one of these it'd be a huge win if Kennedy can pull it off. If Epps were to win, I think everyone kind of expect it. If Kennedy were to win, it'd be a real eye opener. Kennedy, beautiful shot, and he got the two. Kennedy shot to the far leg with his left hand to the left leg of Epps. Epps did his best to get his hips out right at the edge of the mat and almost got out, but Kennedy snagged the far ankle and was able to get it. So great start for Patrick, leading 2-0, 57 seconds in the first. Epps does a nice job coming up to his feet. Immediately in a no setup outside shot, Kennedy stuffs it now into a front head. Double overs. Kennedy's strong as an ox. Epps strong as an ox, just stands right up, even in that front head position. And now he's got an underhook on the right arm. Kennedy snaps out of bounds. If Kennedy can get out of this period leading 2-1, I think that's definitely a win. Kennedy trying to control the... Oh, nicely done! Epps went for an ankle pick and kind of sat back a little bit on his butt. Kennedy felt the felt the position and blasted right through him for his second shot. So leading 4-1 now. 19 seconds left here in the first period. Stunned silence by the Cannon Falls bench. Epps up to his feet. Kennedy does a nice job, drops to the leg. He's just going to hang on to that leg. You got 10 seconds. All he's got to do is hang on for 10 seconds. Epps not going to be able to get out. Not going to be able to even get his one. Huge victory for Kennedy in the first period. So if we score it like boxing, he's up one round, without a doubt. Kennedy chooses down to start the second. Epps looks for a spiral. Got a inside the left leg and under the right shoulder. Just kind of riding right over the top of him. Now he goes to the left side with the spiral. Hasn't looked for a turn, just trying to keep Kennedy down right now. Good pressure forward. You'd almost think Epps would have to have a score in this period. Got an untied shoelace by Kennedy. His left foot. Be interesting to see. Epps now working a half. They go out of bounds. Kennedy going to get his laces tied here and got the Velcro to cover him. Obviously didn't have him taped. I've actually seen wrestlers give up penalty points for not having the laces taped before, but he's got the Velcro on there, so that should suffice. Back to the center, reset, minute 15 left. Kennedy pops up. Epps just really strong on top. Good pressure. Hasn't been even close to turning Patrick yet. Now he's working a bar arm on the left side. Patrick trying to sit and throw him off. Ooh, now he's got a bar and a half. Bar left arm, half on the right. He's not getting turned here, but that's potentially not physically dangerous, but has the potential to be turned in that position. Epps been able to hang on to that left arm bar. Kennedy's headgear slides down over his eyes. Now Epps tries to throw a leg in on the left side. 20 seconds left here. Kennedy in danger. Now he flattens out. Epps is running that arm bar hard. He is hard. He's very close to turning Kennedy. Kennedy's got 5 seconds. Oh, and he got a 2 count here. He did. Oh, he gave him. Okay, so he gave him 2 back points there. It's interesting that he gave him the 2 because when he was counting, he counted once and then paused and then counted once again. Well, anyway, that's a huge 2 points for Epps. That's exactly what he needed. He's now trailing 4-3. Epps picks down. Kennedy cuts him before the period starts. Now it's a 4-4 match, so we're wrestling 1 period here. A very, very exciting match so far. Definitely probably the most competitive match of the night, I would guess, at any weight class. Epps in deep with a double, and he finishes it. Minute 30 left in the third period. We've already seen how tough Epps is on top. If he's able to ride out here, obviously he'd win this. Kennedy's got to find a way. Got to find a way to get out here. But Epps is brutal with that left arm bar. Kennedy with a short sit. His dang headgear is down over his eyes again. Can't see anything. Epps is running a half, and now Kennedy up to his feet. Rolls over. Epps sticks with it, rolls right with him. He's running a dirty half. He's got a wrist on the right hand. Now he switches to a cross wrist, but if Kennedy could build here, he might have an opportunity. Epps knows all the tricks. He's got the anchor with the right leg, the right ankle with his right hand. Kennedy just flat. He's unable to come up. Epps is a horse on top. And Kennedy's been forced to wrestle this entire period with his headgear down around his face. Now Epps has got a cross wrist. We've got 16 seconds left. Kennedy's at least has an opportunity now. They went out of bounds to fix his dang headgear. Looks to me like Epps is the more well-conditioned wrestler in this matchup. That may have something to do with Kennedy not being able to be active in the room for part of the season here, with dealing with different nagging injuries and things like that. But Epps up 6-4, 16 seconds of the third. Kennedy's got to come up. Epps stops his first move. And it doesn't look good for Kennedy. He had a great first period, and since then it's been all Epps. So, and Epps is going to go on to win this 6-4. Good match, though. Good match. I think if Kennedy is at 100%, he possibly is able to hang on to that one. But getting scored on with just a few seconds left in the second period was the difference. So, Cannon Falls with their first victory on the board now. KM over leading Cannon Falls right now, 29-3 in the duel. The KoMet's sending out Ethan Shea, who's receiving a forfeit. Brady Berge comes out, receives a forfeit at 160.
Receiving a forfeit at 170 for the KoMet, we have
Andy Bigelow comes out at 170, receives a forfeit. Aaron Berge comes out at 182, receives a forfeit. I think that's going to be your duel right there. I don't think they're sending out any other wrestlers, so that was a short and sweet one. Noah Ryan went out at 195. So this duel took about 30 minutes. Maybe Cannon Falls figured they'd finish on a high note with a win and call her a day. They actually don't even have anyone on their roster listed above 160 pounds. And their 160 pounder is the 8th grader, who's 2-7. Probably not going to be sending him out against Brady Berge. So that's going to finish the duel. I believe the final score 71-3. So, short and sweet night for the KoMets. They were winning all of them except Kennedy versus Epps, which Epps is an awfully good wrestler. So, great job, Kasson Mantorville. We will now be, the next time we'll be live on YouTube here is this Saturday, starting about 11 a.m. Someone will be on for the single A team tournament portion, followed by the AAA and then the AA. So we'll be doing all of Section 1 on Saturday in the Mayo Civic Center. So spread the word, and I hope that you've enjoyed it. Thank you.